Hello, YouTubers. My name is Michael. Yes, I decided I was going to see if I couldn't make another video right quick. I've been watching some things on YouTube, okay, all about the EBT cards and the SNAP and things of that nature, for a long time. Actually, it's been a long time. I had lost my job at a hospital once, and I had applied for food stamps. This was back in 80, 90, about 1990, right? I believe it was. Anyway, I was working below minimum wage. I went and applied for food stamps, and they give me some. Okay, come out to it's just me, $25 a month. Okay, that's what they gave me. I had no idea then what I'd be to buy with that. Okay, because I mean it wasn't worth my time for a trip to go to town. And I noticed some of y'all are gonna say, "Well, you should be grateful." Well, yeah, I should, but still, no. I mean, it didn't really do what the food stamps should do. But anyway, long story short, I got up, I pulled myself up, and I cut back on what I ate, how much of it I ate. I couldn't buy coffee, so what I done was I mixed regular coffee with CDM, and that way it would go further. Okay, and I ate potted meat and crackers. It just made do. Okay, but I got out and I looked for me a better job while I still had one. Okay, so I could not do better there where I was at the nursery. So I went out and I found me another job. I increased my my income that way. So then I was able to go out and buy myself some decent food to eat rather than all that junk I was eating. But it got me by. In this day and age, people have been abusing the food stamps and stuff like that, and I always knew that something was up with all that. And I imagine a large majority of you do too. Okay. But before I go on with this video, I would appreciate it if you'd hit like and subscribe. I mean, I upload a video every now and again, whatever hits me. Uh, but, you know, it wouldn't be a bad thing, to increase the people that I'm watching. I might actually start making more videos. Who knows? But just hit like and subscribe. Maybe even ring the bell if you want to. I've never heard the bell, so I don't really know what it sounds like. So hit it, let me hear it. But the women are all upset. Some of the men, I understand these men out there on these EBT cards and stuff. They're complaining that they had $3,000 or $4,000. Now they're not down to maybe $300 a month, something like that. But the issue with that is you having all these kids. There was one woman out there who said that she has you know, 8 kids, right? And it was the taxpayer's responsibility to help pay for her children. Well, that may be the female mindset, okay? I think you guys out there understand where I'm coming from, okay? You're not going to be able to get a female to sit back and not justify her actions, okay? She's going to say, well, I've got 8 kids. I got this. I got that. I'm going to cry. She's going to cry about it. If you look on the EBT sites and all that online, they're talking bad about Donald Trump because he done this, he done that. I'm glad he done it, okay? And I'm glad that all these people out there on these food stamps have to finally get off their butt and go get them a job. Okay, you go get you a job, you want to get EBT, you still got to put in so many hours a week looking for jobs. But I think what they ought to also do is write down the phone numbers for the companies or whatever, make them write down the phone numbers of them so that they can be double checked to find out if they were actually offered a job and whether or not they actually refused it. And if anybody out there was offered a job and they refused it, they should be cut off. Just that simple. I have enough money for me. I take care of me. I take care of myself. I get out and I worked. I saved money. Okay. I didn't go out there and, start partying and all these kind of things, doing things that I shouldn't be doing. I got me a job offshore making $700 a day. So, get out and work, push to do better, stop crying on social media because really the tears just aren't working anymore, ladies. Okay, us guys have gone numb to it. We just don't care. We don't care. And if y'all end up on the dadgum street, so be it. Okay, you went out and you abused the system. Some of you even stupid enough to put it online. Hey, I'm getting X amount of money per month on food stamps, and I don't have a job. I sit around eating bonbons all day. Well, guess what? You just turned yourself in. Okay, but you know what? It is what it is, right? You're all women. Okay, so so screw it, man. Okay, uh, y'all can get out and find jobs. You also have family members, okay? So I mean, if you're hurting that bad, okay, and you got all these videos out there, you're putting these videos out there about how you're crying, all these things, that's fine, that's fine. We really don't care, right? And we know you have kids, okay, but something tells me that if you're a single parent and you have 8 kids, what you're not talking about is your brother, your parents, your parents, and all that. All these folks that's going to give you money to buy food for your children. Okay. Now, when I was little, it was my daddy left us, and it was just my mother. Well, she had to get out and get her a job. So y'all pay attention, right? She had to get out and get her a job. Well, times was hard at that particular time on her. So what she'd done was, there was like 5 of us staying at home at the time. Anyway, what she done was she found some relatives, and each relative took one of us. Okay, and each relative took one of us. I can't remember who had me, but when the mother came back to pick me up, she cried because she didn't want me leaving. Just fell in love with me. But anyway, that's an alternative. And I doubt that any of y'all would actually think of stuff like that because you don't really care. You're pretty much want the taxpayers to fund everything you got going on, you know. So I'm glad that Donald Trump has done what he's done with the SNAP. Okay, I hope he does it with a lot of majority of other things too. It's time for us to get our economy in order and stop all this BS we got going on with that you have a government out there, so they should pay for your crap. Okay, no, that is not how it's supposed to be. That's not how it's supposed to be rigged up. Okay, and if you're out there and you're suffering because of what happened, you put yourself there. If you were getting $3,000 a month, say, in food stamps, and you kept having children after that, well, you were stupid under the idea thinking that, hey, it's going to continue right on. Well, guess what? It ended. So now you just, suck it up, buttercup. I always hated when somebody told me that. That's why I'm telling it to you. Okay? Because that's just the way it is. You want to make money? There's ways out there that you can do it. You can actually get online and probably find you a job. You might be able to do things, where you can earn some money from home. But I'm not here to talk about that. Okay, what I'm here to talk about is that I'm telling you that the American people are tired of paying for you and your kids. And some of you, there was some woman who even had a husband, okay, and she was just below the Texas threshold. Okay, I think it was like $3,600 a month, and they did some kind of mathematics went on her and this and that and the other, and it made her over the threshold. It was her and the husband on food stamps. Okay, so I mean, it sounded to me like the husband need to get him a second job, right? Or something. I mean, the mother can sit at home. She's sitting at home. She can do stuff at home probably to earn some money, But that's not my problem. Right? My problem is I pay taxes. I want to see it going to people who really need it, not somebody who can actually get out and get a job. But anyway, y'all support me, share my videos. Uh, I know they're not like the perfect thing in the world. You got an old boy out there named Andrew Wilson and Pearl and all that. Even Charlie Kirk. Okay, they make great videos. But as far as that goes, since I'm talking about it, anybody out there that sees my videos, I would imagine that Charlie Kirk's wife and kids and all that would love it if you would go and you find a Charlie Kirk video, you like it and make a comment. Okay, that way his family continue to get money. That way, in essence, Charlie Kirk's videos will work in the opposite effect and will promote Charlie Kirk even more because of what we are doing. Charlie Kirk believed in God. I do. Okay. And I'm hoping that you do too. But my point of matter of saying that is Charlie Kirk believed in God. Okay, so let's spread Charlie Kirk's word. Okay, and by spreading Charlie Kirk's videos, it's almost as if we're also spreading the word of God to a point, because that's what he talked about, truth. But anyway, thank y'all for listening to me. Okay, and I'll look forward to some comments. If anybody got a comment, I don't care if it's good or bad. If you got something to say, just say it. I mean, I'm here, you know. And I'll check the comments and stuff on my videos, but I don't ever get any. I don't even know if I have it turned off. I don't know what I'm doing. I just, you know, I just put this out there. But see it right here? These right here, see, they kind of messed up, see, but if you see right here in this corner, okay, you'll see them cracked. I went out and gotten some new ones, so I can actually see my own videos, believe it or not. Okay. But anyhow, I would just like to say God bless y'all, okay? And whatever y'all decide to do with my videos and stuff, I really would appreciate it, okay? And I'll catch you next time.